OMG, do you hear her calling? It is Greta Salóme, and she is going to Eurovision 2016. Oh, y'all, I nearly had a heart attack watching this final. In case our viewers didn't watch, there was a first round of voting and Greta Salóme was in second place by 78 votes behind Alda Dies, who was singing Now. I was team Hear Them Calling. I don't know about you. The super final happened and Greta slayed. I had a vision today that she could win not just in Iceland, but all of Eurovision 2016. I may be getting ahead of myself, but what do you think?
I am also really happy, but I was Team Alda and Team Greta, so I didn't really care who of those two would win because I really like both of them. And I do think that Greta has more potential in Stockholm. She will do way better, especially with the background, and well, we all know she is great. So I was really happy with this, but on the other hand, I am, well, not a little disappointed, but I am really disappointed that she's not going to sing this in Icelandic. For me, it was so much better and it was so magical, and now it was still really good, but not as good as it was. So I am happy, but not like how happy I was with Spain or something, but still happy.
Yeah, I was happy that Greta won because I didn't like Alda's song that much. But yeah, just like Denise said, it should be in Icelandic because it had that magical atmosphere, and now it's fine song and maybe people will understand the lyrics better, but I really think she should sing Icelandic. It was better than any of the songs Icelandic selection. I didn't like the other songs at all, and I was really happy that Greta won, but I can't see it winning. Just like in 2012, Greta and Jonsi were the big fan favorites, and then they scored quite bad in final. This same could happen, but I think Greta will do a little better, maybe from 10 to 15, something like that.
I think this song is much stronger than the 2012 entry. I think the staging is much more magical than what we saw in Baku. I really love the mystical, mysterious quality. Some people have said she's copying Måns Zelmerlöw. I think that is ridiculous. Måns Zelmerlöw did not invent shadows. She is using shadows, not an LED. She tells us this in an interview on wiwibloggs. And also, if anyone, they've been doing this for years, the shadow effects. Like in 2013, the act that won Britain's Got Talent, they're a Hungarian dance shadow troupe, they use shadows. I think that's all so irrelevant. In any event, I was eating a burrito today at the grocery store, and I was listening to this song, and I had this vision, and I started getting tingles. I'm not kidding you, I got tingles 3 times, and Greta won Eurovision in this fantasy daydream. Now that it's in English, I'm not sure that can happen. I'm hoping she'll maybe switch back to Icelandic because, as you say, it's so much more mystical, magical, mysterious. This is like a quality song, but it has a soul because it's Icelandic. Sweden does things that are technically perfect, but they don't give me tingles. Whereas Greta, she gave me tingles because this is so real.
Mm-hmm. And about the background and Måns, I do think even though some people say that it's copied and that it's quite the same, even if it is, who cares? If it's good, then, well, it worked, and she's doing it in her own way, and it's not like it's exactly the same. Of course it has some parts of it, but she's doing it in a really good way, so I don't care at all. It looks amazing, so...
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like, it's similar to Måns, but it's so much different. Greta works with the back screen, and Måns didn't anything else than just a few parts. And I think Greta, if this show looks this good in Stockholm, I really hope it does, then it can be much better because there's bigger stage, there's bigger audience, and I think Greta will perform even better there. But I also got a little vibes from Loreen's performance because Greta has similar moves, and I think it's perfect mix of Måns and Loreen, but also there's something original what comes from Greta.
Part Måns, part Loreen. No, 100% Greta. This is so dark. I love when the hands are coming down. It gives you chills. We should also give credit to the Alda Dies, who sang Now, came second. her song had a very magical quality. Like, it was sweet. It wasn't like overpowering magic, but it was so sweet, and her vocal quality, she sounded like a little fairy kind of flying through the field. It was so delicate, and it touched me in a different way. I think it would get lost at Eurovision. It's just not bam enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that wow factor, but I hope she comes back and competes in Iceland, and she could get to Eurovision one day.
But I am a little worried about juries. I mean, now we have the different voting system, so we can see what the juries will vote for. And if you saw it this time, there wasn't one jury that put Greta in first place. So I'm a little, well, overwhelmed with that, or I don't know. It's a little weird because you would say that it's so perfect, and maybe it was just a little too perfect with the screen. But yeah, I don't know if what the juries will do when she is going to Stockholm, but we also the voters love her.
Yeah, it's just like last year. Friedrich actually won the jury vote last year in Iceland, and Maria came like fourth or something, and then won in the super final. And yeah, I was really surprised that juries didn't like it that much, and maybe it will happen in Eurovision, but I can't see that juries would really hate it. I think it would be like somewhere, not the winner song, but not the worst one. So I think Greta will go to the final, but wouldn't do like top 10.
I have another vision. She's gonna get the top 3 in her semi-final. I don't know how she's gonna do in the final, but she will get the top 3 in the semi. And can I explain the jury vote? I think the reason that she didn't do as well with the jury is because Iceland's a small country and the music community is even smaller. And because Icelanders are all about like equality and stuff, they want to give a newbie the chance. I feel like there's this kind of, it almost hurt her that she's been to Eurovision. They're like, ooh, no, they're like, let's a new talent, a new face. So perhaps that's why. And like last year, the guy Frederick, he's hugely popular within the music industry in Iceland, so I could see why they'd bump him up in any event. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you happy with the result in Iceland? Can you hear Greta calling? And how will she do at Eurovision? Let us know on wiwibloggs, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Denise, what else can they do?
Well, they have to subscribe, of course.
And Sammy?
And of course, like the video if you liked it.
Oh yes, amen. See you later.
Bye.